Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is Legit Agents. Today we've got a fun one. We've got this joker back. He's off the art from behind me. He's back on set. We're back in the office talking about it, but let's talk about how to get buyers and sellers calling you.
What's up, guys? We are the Legit Agents. I am Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. If it's your first time checking the channel out, first of all, thanks for being here. While you're here, guys, hit that subscribe button because every Tuesday and Thursday we're dropping a new video and we're telling you everything you need to know about what it takes to crush it as a real estate agent in this new age of marketing.
100%. And we are licensed brokers. And yes, we are looking at partnering and teaming up with other agents to help them build their brand and their business. So if that's for you, that number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and text messages. We're also the guys who answer the emails. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about it. How do we get, and us specifically, and hopefully this helps you as well, but how do we get buyers and sellers calling us? And yes, guys, we do have them calling us. So if you haven't seen it before, we have a YouTube channel outside of this one called Living in Denver, Colorado. It's got over 5,000 subscribers, and we're doing 13 million a month in volume from that channel alone. And yes, there's a call to action on those videos, just like there's a call to action here. We are not calling anybody, right? And yes, analytically, almost half of our views come from people within Colorado. So yes, sellers are watching our channel, and yes, if we have buyers for them, that's very appealing. If we're selling their home, that maybe we already have a buyer in the pipeline for them and they could save some money on commission, right? But the bottom line is we've accomplished some great things through social media and more specifically through YouTube, which is what we're going to be talking about today on how to get people calling us, especially if you're a new agent and maybe you don't have a huge pipeline or you don't have a lot of referrals. Well, if you can learn how to articulate and be a professional with your brand and you make a YouTube channel, nobody knows that you're new and nobody cares. They care if they can know, like, and trust you from your videos. And if they have a call to action on there and they can call you and you can articulate and walk them through a process, well then, hey, you can create some business for yourself. So whether you're struggling for business, but you've been around for a while, or you're new, or maybe you've been around for a long time, but you think your pipeline won't last forever and you want to create a new pipeline, YouTube could be the strongest thing for you. It's the number one thing that we definitely suggest for folks. It's a lot of work, but we're going to get into logistically, and I'm going to shut my mouth because he's our logistical genius when it comes to a lot of this. But we're going to talk about YouTube today and how we came about it, what we're doing with it, how that process looks, the dedication that kind of goes into it, but then just a little bit of like how we actually approach the channel.
Yeah, guys, so Will and I, when we first started in business together, we were always very video heavy. You know, I came from, and he started off this way, I know too, but he just crushed out of the gate. So if
you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about?
So guys, we've always been very video heavy, and for us, you know, like me, I started off with leads, like a lot of you guys are. Especially
before we move forward,
yes.
I need a comment down here on like let's grade Eli on a scale of 1 to 10 what he looked like as a hot blonde.
Oh.
Throw it in there. Let me know. Let's have some fun with it. We can't just not act like we didn't make Eli that hot.
Not
chick.
talk about that. Yeah. So guys, after a year of doing the whole lead thing, right, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have, I quickly realized, okay, this is not the way I want to build my business, because how you build your business is how you're going to have to sustain your business. And I knew that, and I knew, hey, I can do this. Yeah, I can grit my teeth and get through it for the time being, but I don't want to sustain my business this way. So I quickly realized that I needed to try something different. So when Will and I partnered up, we were very video heavy on Facebook, Instagram, social media in general. And the biggest reason that we are such big advocates for video is because by far it is the best way to show your clients how articulate and how well you understand the job of real estate. You can deliver real value to the clients about things that they are interested in about buying a home.
It gives you an opportunity to articulate the process, right? More importantly, but it also helps you like just have a great handle on your brand and who you are and what you're all about, like movie clips and just funny stuff that you guys see in these videos. I have to break this down Barney style. Yes, they're incorporated on our Living in Denver, Colorado channel. Like, you know what? As many people as we have calling, as much business as we do from that channel, I'm sure there's also some people that see our videos and we're not for them. And that's okay, but the bottom line is, when you guys are building your brand and you want people calling you, like, you've just got to take a stance on who you are and have some fun with it and be as professional as possible, right? But then also just, hey, if you happen to be funny, you're funny. If you happen to be creative, you're creative. But whatever that looks like, just be yourself and give people the best depiction you can as far as like who that is. And I promise you, right, like, They will respect you for what you're doing. And this is where the calls come through. Like when people think you're being honest and transparent and you're just comfortable with who you are and you're a go-getter, people can take some action with that. We've had buyers in Boulder that bought $2-3 million homes. Yeah, the reason why they called, and not even just Boulder, a lot of our clients say, hey, you guys are just go-getters. We see your content all the time. So what it comes into that is like, guys, we're posting twice a week no matter what, right? Like no matter what, regardless of workload with clients, we got to make sure we get our videos done. Showing your consistency is what makes that professionalism. So as much as you can articulate and speak well and do a good job, if you're not being consistent with your channel, one, the algorithm won't recognize you as much. It's not going to pop up as often for folks that are searching things. Secondly, you're just not that consistent. So how serious are people going to take you when it comes to looking at your channel and then actually making that phone call, calling you?
Like I say, the magic happened once Will and I made the little pivot, and it was a COVID pivot. You know, once they shut down real estate kind of for about 2 weeks, right when COVID started, and Will and I, you know, we're sitting there talking. We understand that, hey, people are spending a lot more time online. People are probably going to be getting a little peeved with their state, and they might be looking at maybe moving somewhere else. So we made a little pivot, and we started looking at YouTube. And it's like, okay, what are people searching on YouTube? Because naturally, you as a real estate agent, you might be thinking, oh, I'll start a YouTube channel, and I'll talk about the 5 things you need to do before getting pre-approved, or the 5 things to do before selling your house. And it's like, people aren't searching for that.
No,
they're
and
not.
If you guys look at our channel, you can figure out a lot of titles. Like even though we're talking about neighborhoods that are specific to Colorado, and you're not in Colorado, or you are in Colorado, but you don't want to like copy our channel, well, you can pick up what we're putting down as far as like looking at it. There's also a great resource called Tube Buddy.
That's right.
Like YouTube Buddy,
Yep.
Tube Buddy. You can go in there and search titles, and it'll let you know how strong your title is based off of how creative it is, how much it's getting searched, and how much content's being made. And you want to find that balance of, hey, we're finding things to make titles out of that are getting searched, but there's not a lot of content to it. That's
not too
great.
much competition.
That means there's going to be ample opportunity for your titles to jump to the top of the heap for those titles, and then through consistency in searching things and constantly coming up and commenting back to people who are commenting on your videos and having your call to actions in there so people can contact you to do real estate, your channel's going to continue to grow, and you'll find a way to be consistent. But take a look at our channel and look through all those titles, and you'll start seeing what we're doing with full vlog tours and what we're doing with cities, and when we're talking about school districts and different things. So even if you're not in Colorado, there's a recipe there that you can look at, and you can at least start plugging something like that into your Tube Buddy and taking a look and finding some titles for yourself and then optimizing that yourself.
Just for quick reference, really the 5 videos that you should be making. So think of this for not only every city, but almost like every neighborhood in your immediate area. That's pros and cons of living in X. 5 best things about living in X. 5 worst things about living in X.
Full vlog tour
X,
of X.
And then cost of living in X.
Yep. So like you guys can take that recipe and like, yes, as your channel, and like guys, now that we've got over 5,000 subscribers and a ton of religious viewers, yes, we can start navigating a little bit different and get a little bit more creative. And even if it's not a super strong title on TubeBuddy, can we still get a ton of views on something if we decide to throw something in there? Yes, that's because we've established that audience, right? So once you get there, yes, you can definitely get more creative, whatever it may be, but take your emotion out of it and stop worrying about whether you're going to be creative or not with the title. Just be you and be creative on how you speak to titles. If you go look at ours and watch our videos, there's a way we navigate the content regardless of what a title says. There's other ways we can still talk about what we really want to tell you in the video while still adhering to being consistent with the title, so it's not like a bait and switch thing, but there's a way to do that, right? But the bottom line is when you're on that video camera, you got to make sure you're being yourself and have a little bit of entertainment value to yourself, whether it's because you're super smart or you're good at a couple jokes, but don't feel like you've got to overdo it. Just be you and have some fun with it. But TubeBuddy, great. Being super consistent, great. And the last thing that shows your professionalism, right? So when we talk about people know, like, and trusting you, we talked about the consistency and how huge that is, right? Great. Another great point is like the quality of work you do, right? So like, yes, they don't know what I look like as a real estate agent on paper and how well I navigate offers and manage client emotions, but if we can have a great product where our drone footage, our B-roll, the stuff that we talk about, we're prepared and we're doing well at it, They can have the impression that, hey, if we're going to be this consistent with this high standard of video quality and content quality, they can imagine how we're going to conduct ourselves when it actually comes to the practical application of real estate. So yes, don't cut any corners on your quality and how well you're going to do. Don't cut any corners on consistency, but at the same time, be yourself and don't think that you have to overscript videos. Figure these titles out, figure out the bullet points you want to talk about, and then turn that camera on and be you and talk about it.
Yeah. Now, the last point in this video, called How to Get Buyers and Sellers to Call You, is to quite literally tell them to call or text you.
Yes. For example,
call to action.
For the example, when we're giving our intro and our outros, we say, hey guys, yes, we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado, which means as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number popping back up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We are also the guys who answer the emails. So if there's any questions on this video or any other videos in getting yourself and or your family to Colorado, we would love to help you. But until next video, subscribe. Like it if you like it.
Call to action.
See you on the next one. Guys, that's literally what we do, right? Like, we just let them know. And then, hey, it gives them permission because, guys, believe it or not, you can get so busy, or you can have such a status quo as your channel grows that they don't think they're supposed to call you. They think you're just there for information, right? So you want to just, especially, and if you're in leadership or if you're a real estate agent, right, you're a broker, you're leading a team, or you're leading clients, right? Either way, you should be a great communicator. You want nothing left open to chance. So yes, don't just have the number pop up. Talk about why the number's on there, and talk about how excited you are to have them call you so you can help them with their real estate needs. Just leave nothing to chance and be a great communicator and put it all on the table. And that's also a great quality when it comes to transparency of why you're doing the channel in the first place.
Guys, that is such a critical component, and honestly, it's marketing 101. And most people that are in real estate, they're not marketers, they're not entrepreneurs. So maybe you're just not thinking about this stuff.
This is not scripted. I didn't have a teleprompter tell me to drink water.
No, he is sponsored though. This is
No, I don't drink water.
Water sponsorship
on living in Denver, Colorado. But like, hey, if I'm thirsty and I'm talking to you guys, and I love talking to agents and just being myself and being as unscripted as possible, so you guys can just pull from us through this video camera and help yourself and motivate yourself to just get out there and get after it and do well.
I feel a call to action coming on. That's what I feel.
Yes, we're this jazzed up because yes, we are looking at partnering with more agents and helping them build their brand and their business. So yes, this number popping back up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We are also guys who answer the emails. So like it if you like it. Subscribe. Until next video, we will see you guys soon.
And in the meantime, head over to Facebook, go to groups, type The Legit Agents. We'll have the link in the description below. That's our private Facebook groups. That means private Facebook Lives, live Q&As, all that sort of cool stuff, guys. That gets you one step closer to Will and Eli, where you can just dive under that hood just a little bit.
You guys can ask your questions there if you like. Once a month, we'll do like some live Q&As in regards to these videos. So we share these YouTube videos in that private Facebook group. But yes, and we also go in depth and do some Q&As and allow you guys to just expand some of your questions a little bit more. And that way you guys can just help yourself as far as building your brand.
That's right. Until next time.
Cool.
We'll see you later, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.